Hey everybody, hope you're all doing well. Welcome to my live. Hello, who's here? Welcome in. I hope you're all doing well. So I was looking into something earlier, so I've kind of changed my mind about what I want to do. Thank you for the like, whoever that is. And so basically, this is something I was like considering a while ago that about like what I could do is like buy a static caravan or lodge and like rent it out like on a temporary basis. And I was like, will they actually let you do that? And I was then actually looking into some of them, and yeah, it seems like you can actually do it with some of them. But I ran into a problem that a lot of these, like, how's it going, Aza? Hope you well. A lot of these are like holiday parks, and I was looking into that, and apparently you can't actually live in a holiday park technically. How's it going, Abby? Welcome in. So apparently you can't actually live in a holiday park. It has to be a residential park. So yeah, so even if it says it's a 12-month holiday park, you still can't like technically you can't, that can't be your permanent residency place. But there is a workaround, of course, that you can. Hello Anton, how you doing? You all right? Didn't see you earlier today, but so I've just been talking about this idea of basically buying a static caravan and just and then maybe renting it out. So what I was thinking, and what I could do in order to actually live in it, I could just have somebody else claim that that's where I live or something. Hello MTCC, from the UK. What about yourself? Welcome in here. Oh, it says we got 29 in here. Okay. Oh, we're talking. Yeah, let's share this out, everybody. Subscribe if you're new here. Hit the like, everybody. So I was thinking about like, yeah, hi, Sia Silv, hello Dave, York in the UK, yeah. Hi Mace, welcome in. Hurricane, I keep hearing that a lot. Are you from India? Oh yeah. So basically, I was just saying now, to get around the whole kind of regulations with holiday parks, I could just have me, claim that I live at my dad's place or something. I could just say that that's my permanent place of residency. And I think it's, yeah, I don't know. How's it going? Vasantrao, welcome in. I'm from India. Oh, hello, Dale. Good to see you again. It seems a bit busier tonight, so that's good. I don't know if I was wondering if my new thumbnail might help. I've changed. Hello, Asa. Suriname. Oh, really? You're getting people from all over the world. That's good. Yeah. Subscribe if you're new here, people. And yeah, get the likes up as well. 22 people, 4 likes. Come on, let's do this. Let's get those likes up, everybody. So what do you guys think about that? Do you think it's a good idea to maybe buy a static caravan and then rent it out to offset costs of it, and just basically use some other like places, my permanent residence place, like for example my dad's place. I could be like, oh, I'm living there. I think it's a great idea. Yeah, I mean, I was thinking of that as the workaround to it, and it said on this website that you could basically, pay off the running costs. So like your ground, what is it, your ground rent and service charge in about 6 weeks of letting it out. So yeah. Hi, Ansh from the UK. What about you? If you get a chance to introduce about India in about 2 lines, what will you say? I don't know. I don't. I mean, like, I don't want to. I guess like I don't know things that come to my mind. I guess call centers. Hello, Lao Tube. Hope you're well. Hello, Dave says, gotta be careful buying and renting a caravan. They cost a fortune. You won't get your money back if you sell it. Yeah, there is that, of course. Like, yeah, because it's not like a appreciating asset, is it? So, is it because of like the lease on them and stuff like that they actually depreciate in value, whereas houses tend to go up in value? But it was just an idea that I had that I'm just, at least I've got something to my name. At least I've got some, I don't know. You like soccer? Not really. It's a long-term rent to make money. Yeah, yeah, that's what I was thinking about. Like, just trying to, sort of, because I want to have it in a location where I want to actually stay and actually, yeah. All right, Lexi, how you doing? Good to see you again. What's that, Ansh? I don't know about that. Buy a cheap house slash flat and rent it. Yeah, but a lot of houses and flats are not cheap anymore. Like, unless they have a lot of work to do on them. That's why I'm thinking a static caravan might be. Um, but there is obviously issues of like the ground rent and all that stuff that you have to deal with. But even with like cheap houses, a lot of times they'll need like 20, 30,000 pounds doing something. They need gutting and stuff. So if they're that cheap, then it's probably for a reason. You look well, Jay. You clearly put on muscle mass since I first started watching your streams. Well, that's good then that you've noticed. Yeah, Ange from India. How we doing? Make sure you subscribe if you're new here, people. What says foot? What's okay? Okay, MTECH. Yeah. Sorry, it's MTECC. Sorry. York is a great place to have property. It's expensive though. York is actually very well. It's actually kind of expensive here. So, but yeah, unless you've got the money to do it, then it's not possible really. Unless you can get like you have to have the income to begin with to be able to get the mortgage, and then you've got to make sure that you're making enough money from the rent to be able to cover all that. So it is a bit of a risk, but anything there's a risk to it. But anyway, yeah. Okay. What's that? Call center, fifth largest economy in the world. Is that GDP or is that per capita, or is it like because of how many people there are? Because if you talk about economy, like the biggest economy, is it because of that the size of the country? Because it can be kind of a bit misleading that, I guess. If you kind of you could skew it in a certain way, be like, oh, it's a fit, but like you have to look at it per capita, as in per 100,000 people. So there's different ways of measuring the size of an economy. So we stand first in everything. I know like I know they're good at cricket and all that. That's another thing I know about India actually. Yeah, yeah. So yeah. But yeah, welcome in everybody. Hope you've all had a good day. I understand. Yeah, of course, you wouldn't get. Like there's like risks of all this stuff, and I've been looking at some static caravans. They're actually pretty cheap. Some of them you can get them like at a decent price, and it's just like they don't really necessarily cost that much to run. They're quite small. They're quite compact. So it means they're quite easy to maintain, and yeah. So I quite like the idea of that, just living somewhere where it's quite small. I don't really need like tons of space, really. But yeah, welcome in everybody. Hope you've all had a good day so far. Yeah, share this out if you can, people. I don't know what you're saying, MTCC. What's everybody on about? Comment in English, please. Yeah, no, it's just all these people think. It's like I used to get this a lot on TikTok, and I go live and I get people speaking in all kinds of languages, Portuguese, Spanish. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, speak in English, please. But yeah, It's just I'm just kind of being pragmatic with my options and be like, what is realistic with my capital at the moment and my circumstances right now, and what would suit my lifestyle the best. Because yeah, it would be nice to live somewhere like maybe I'd have to look and see what the locations. Maybe it's somewhere near. It'd be great. It'd be nice to have somewhere near the Lake District. Actually, I'd like to be somewhere like that. You know, a lot of stuff to do. I could do hiking. I could do. I'd like to do kayaking actually at some point. That's something I'd like to get into. I like water sports in general. I'd like to try out and yeah, um, yeah. Okay, MTCC, but yeah, just yeah, it's just people need to have respect, and it's just not everybody will understand each other. Kayaking is a lot of fun to do. Yeah, I know I've done it before, and it's like I think I prefer it over canoeing because it's like probably because there's more freedom to it. You have more control over where you're going because you're not in a group where it's like you have to all kind of like agree on things, and it's like I feel like I'm in control of my own destiny with kayaking. And yeah, you're not going to be going as fast, but it doesn't really matter. You just kind of you can just do it at your own pace, and you can just like yeah. I remember like when I trying kayaking and we'd be in this group and we'd end up like steering in the wrong direction. It would kind of get annoying, but I guess that's something that takes practice and you get better at. I actually was at a place in Knaresborough the other year on the river, and we did this like rowing thing, which was quite hard to get the hang of. It had these like two sort of like things that so you would like they were quite hard to actually use. Actually, it was yeah, there was a lot of like kind of yeah, it was quite knacky actually. During the US is it called election coming back? Your Trump impressions are spot on. What do you mean? What do you mean? Wait, what you said? Jamie, is the US is it called election coming back? Your Trump impressions are spot on. I don't know what you meant with that, so maybe you can explain a bit more what you mean there. So I don't quite understand what you're saying. Is the election soon? As far as I'm aware, I thought that it would be on right almost now, pretty much. I mean, I think within the next few days at least. Anyway, I don't really know anything. I'm so excited to get back into the White House. They tried to steal the election away from me last time, and I'm not gonna let them steal another election. We're not gonna let the Democrats steal the election again. Yeah, they, yeah. Anyway, yeah. Anyway, welcome in everybody. Hope you're all well. Yeah, talent. It's just like I don't know. I've always liked to do like different voices and stuff. It's just I think it's just something because of like the practice and with all the like maybe it's my autism. This thing called echolalia where you just like mimicking different voices and different accents and things like that, and that's how I probably got good at it, or at least somewhat good at some of them. But yeah, I'm just wondering what you think about that, Dale. The idea I just like buy myself a static caravan and then just rent it out on Airbnb for a few weeks of the year to pay off expenses. But because a lot of them are in holiday parks, you're not allowed to actually technically live there. But I could just have someone else like say that that's where I live basically. So I don't know. I was just wondering what you think of that idea. So been looking into it, and there's some quite cheap ones for sale. So I think if you can afford it, I think that you can do it if you want to. I don't see any reason why not if you have the financial means. Yeah, exactly. I've just been looking at ones that are like within my budget, and it's just I want to just go for it because like then I feel like I've actually achieved something, and I'm finally at least somewhat, I guess, on the. I mean, but then again, like they were saying, if I sold it, I wouldn't get the money back. I don't know if how true. I mean, I guess you might lose some value on it, but if I'm actually like renting it out at least even just a few weeks of the year and it's paying off the expenses of it, at least I then, it's just it would be better probably in the long run than having to rent somewhere that you're losing money off every time. I mean, you could sublet when you're renting, but it's just like the cost of can be quite a bit. I mean, if you're renting just like somewhere, then yeah, you might be able to get someone there but you have to have them there for like the whole year. Whereas if you just like had a holiday home, you could just have someone for a few weeks a year, and maybe in that time I'd just leave the place and do some camping or something, and I could just have actually like a family kind of just like stay there and just let's say you did it I don't know, 80 quid a night or whatever it costs, 70 quid a night. I don't know how much it's going to cost, but I mean, they were saying now, like, because let's say it costs about £3,000 a year to rent them. So if you can, like, you can get enough returns, like, say, in 6 weeks, then that's probably I'm looking at probably about, 70 quid a night, something like that, in profit. Yeah, what's this? I think it will be a start to something more like your first step to prepare you slowly for the lifestyle I think is suited for you. Yeah, there's something that kind of like I was thinking about last year. It's just that I kind of was put off the idea because I was thinking, is it practical? And a lot of these places might not give you the permission, but I was looking on the website and it actually was very kind of like descriptive on what what it is, and it was saying it's on some of them. They're saying subletting, option, so meaning that you can sublet it. So one of them even said that about like the option to Airbnb it. If it's in a good location, then it could get potentially people, but then it all depends on the location really, and that can also be like make more money in certain locations, but then it might be more expensive in those locations, but it might be worth it in the long run. But I don't know. It's just about kind of that's so. But yeah, I hope everyone's doing well tonight. But I mean, what would the idea of maybe I would just kind of have that, then pretty much all I'd be worrying about is like mostly just food expenses. Then anything else, it would be just like a bonus. So it'd be basically just I could do some bits of stuff to earn some money. I could be doing my vlogs. I'll be doing things like that. We hope we get monetized on here soon, and get maybe do some busking as well, and try to just have multiple income streams. I think you should really be looking at getting multiple income streams. That way you can actually, it's just a lot more secure that way, because a lot of people talk about, starting a business is risky, or not having a 9 to 5 is risky. But if you have different income streams, then it is it fun in your country? Well, it's as fun as you make it, I guess, but I mean, there is limitations, I guess. I see you going places, you have the motivation. Yeah, I think the problem I've had is like having ideas that are kind of like, for example, this idea to move to Southeast Asia, and I've actually kind of changed my mind on that. I was like, this morning I was just kind of really considering things, and I'm like, it just seems very complicated, and it just seems very kind of, it just seems a bit, I don't know. Like, there's a lot of stuff that can go wrong. Like, there's a lot of things that you have to really consider. You have to really kind of, it's very complicated from what I've seen. Like, you have to, you'd have to sort out visas. You have to do, and there's even chances that you can get like crazy like infections, like things such as dengue fever, malaria, things like that. And that's something that, you really have to think about. Is it, and then there's also things like tropical storms, things like that. The potential for flooding, the potential for hurricanes happening. It's like, you really have to be, they say like be careful what you wish for. Like just be careful before you just jump into anything. But I feel like, so I know, like I was saying now, maybe it would be give me an option for like, like better dating prospects possibly. But I'm like, maybe that's like the coward's way out though, because when it comes to like the people going to Southeast Asia, maybe some of them have just kind of given up, and it's like okay, but I think the best thing to do is to just kind of build yourself up really. No matter where you are, I think it's important that you should just be building yourself up as a person, and then naturally you're going to have better dating prospects as a result because you're just going to be more desirable to more, more people in general. So it would make sense to just like prioritize yourself first. And you should always be prioritizing yourself, really. I mean, you should make sure that you are able to provide a lot, decent amount of income. And you got to think about like, if you're then going to settle down and you have a family, then you want to be able to make sure that you can, provide a decent amount of money to that. So, but yeah, it's all about kind of setting your life up to be successful and first, and then yeah. I'm starting to build myself up slowly after the last few weeks. Yeah, well, there's different ways of building yourself up, but for guys, I think it should be, focus on getting your finances up. I'm not saying you should become even like, I don't think even you need to become a millionaire or anything like that, but just getting like a decent salary, like maybe get a few thousand a month, something like that. It's gonna put you like way ahead of most people, because I think most guys are on maybe 3,000 a month, if that. Then if you're on even say 5,000-6,000 a month, then you're doing way better than the average guys. I'm not trying to like say you should compare yourself or anything, but just for a kind of reference and all that, it's just if you're on 5,000-6,000 a month, then you're starting to see a bit more freedom. You're a lot more kind of flexibility. You're able to go on holidays a lot more. You're able to, you don't have to worry about, what you're spending your money on. You can just kind of be more free with how you spend your money. You can fly business class instead of economy class, for example. I don't have any savings, Jamie. I'm struggling to work at the moment. People don't want to hire me as apparently I come across as overqualified. What can I do to move forward? I've been trying. Maybe look at stuff that you can do online. There is things that you can do, but it's just, yeah, it's just kind of maybe just look at diversifying income online, doing different things. It could be just do little gigs. You could even start doing freaking food delivery if you have to, but just to get a bit of money. Maybe, in fact, you could probably deliver for like basically Chinese and stuff like that, because instead of like, say if you do Deliveroo, right, you might make say £10, £11 an hour, let's say, right, but if you do it for directly to them, you'd probably get like £15 an hour or something, and it's cash in hand, so a lot of that you can just like pocket, because if you can do that, even like let's say if you did that 40 hours a week, you're making like £600 a week. So then you might even get a few tips on top of that. So you might even make £700-800 a week just from driving around or riding your bike around, whatever. Like maybe you just ride your moped around or whatever. Like you could do that. It's just yeah. So yeah, if you can be getting like £700-800 a week, and then you could probably pocket half of that and build your finances up. So, but it's what are you willing to do? But and maybe you could even start your own business. Like you could start up on the side. You could do things like and there's different things you could do seasonal, like gardening business, something like that. I mean, it's just the list goes on. It's just about trying to build your network up. I think as well, trying to meet people. Maybe you can then like through friends and stuff like that, you might be able to get work through that. So I think you have it right, Jerry. One should build themselves up slowly if possible. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's like Rome wasn't built in a day. It's going to take time, but you shouldn't be trying to rush things, because a lot of people, these people like clout chasers, for example, they're trying to rush things. They're trying to build themselves up really fast because they're desperate for, maybe they're desperate for actually like female attention or whatever. But the thing is, though, these things take time, and the thing is, are you going to be ready for like the level of fame and notoriety? Because a lot of these people aren't even ready for it, and it goes to their head, and they end up actually screwing themselves over, and nobody ends up respecting them. So just a word of advice. So yeah. Anyway, how's everybody doing? I hope you're all having a wonderful time. Make sure you subscribe if you're new here. That would be really appreciated. But yeah, welcome in everybody. Abby, you're still there. Yeah, where are the regulars? I mean, there's like, there's a few regulars here, so that's good. But yeah, that's. I mean, I guess Rich is kind of busy, and maybe a few of the other ones are. I don't know what's going on with Hannah. I don't see her much in here, but also Tegalu, I don't know what's happened with her. I guess she just, I don't know, but hope everybody's doing well. Share this out if you can. Yeah, Abby's still there. Cool. Yeah. At least it's a bit busier tonight than it was this morning. It was like there was like hardly anyone here, but yeah, it's just that I don't know. I feel like I'm called to actually do this now, like that this thing of like just get in this caravan and just The thing is, it's like people going about van life, and I'm like, I don't really get it, because people say it gives them like freedom and all that, but like the thing is, you have to pay for insurance, you're having to pay for tax, you're having to pay for petrol. There's so many expenses with it. It costs you like thousands of pounds a year. To me, it kind of just defeats the whole purpose with all these expenses, because vans are like more expensive than cars, really, aren't they? So I'm like, what is the point? I mean, I don't know. But yeah, feel free to ask questions, everybody. Yeah. What shall we talk about next? Oh, hello, man. Hi, Chicken. Been watching, logged into my other account. Thought I'd log into this account. You can see to say hi. Be glad when my Wi-Fi up and running. Yeah. Just wonder what you think about what I've been saying. Some of my ideas for. So I think I was talking to you about this a while ago, about the idea of getting one of these lodges, and it's just that I'm gonna look into it. A lot of them are like holiday parks, and you technically can't live there. But like I said, I have a workaround. Like I could just use someone else's address as mine and say that's where I live, and it's like, yeah. So I was previously working in a care home, but it was challenging work as a dementia patient attacked me, and it's knocked my confidence massively. Yeah, I bet it's it's quite rough, that, isn't it? So yeah, but maybe just try and do some online income and start building some different streams of income up. I mean, just whatever you're into. Maybe even start your own blog or something. Start your own vlog or whatever. Start putting content out. Maybe you could get monetized. I'm going to get hopefully monetized on here pretty soon. It's taking some time because my watch hours are going up kind of slow, but hopefully it'll start to go up faster, and hopefully get there soon. So yeah. So if anyone is watching right now, could you please like run my videos, because like run my playlist, or when you're not on here, just keep things running if you can, like to get the watch time up. Because imagine if say like 100 people did that, and then they did that for even 10 hours, that gets me 1,000 hours. It gets me a lot closer to my to get to the full monetization then. So then we've gone just over 2,000 watch hours, and I need to get to 3,000 for the first bit of monetization, 4,000 for the full monetization. So it's a bit of an issue, really, but yeah, just gotta deal with it. But yeah, hopefully we're gonna get there soon. But with all your support, maybe we can get there a bit quicker. Yeah, so if you guys could actually do that, that would be great. It's just, teamwork makes the dream work, as they say. So yeah, but yeah, what's everybody been up to today? Hope you've all had a good day so far. And I used to have a lady lash out at me in the care home, and she was so heavily depressed too. Felt sorry for her, to be honest. Yeah, no. Yeah, yeah, you gotta learn to not like take it personally or anything like that, you know. Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, welcome in here, everybody. Hope you've all had a wonderful day. Yeah, if anyone's new here, can you subscribe? But I think all of you guys here now are all regulars pretty much. So yeah. And if there's anyone lurking, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4. I think there's 4 currently in the chat. But yeah, I think there's 1 or 2 that maybe are lurking. But yeah, how are we all doing? So there's 7 now. So yeah, if you're new here, like, let me know. Let me know who it is watching. So yeah, just yeah, if you got anything you want to talk. Hello, Darren Digital. Good to see you again. How have you been? But yeah, I was thinking maybe I could try and get that Gemma on at some point, like on my live. The Gemma's Journey Grace, and she might be good to get on to talk about the autism and neurodiversity. So yeah, I think like I have to try and like reach out and see if she'll come up. But yeah, that might be an idea to get a guest on. So I'll need to try and get some guests up on it here at some point. And like I said, I could do the split screen and do like to get a guest up. Yeah, that's what I'd like to do. So yeah, Gem's a legend. Yeah, Gemma's you know, she's like the kind of person that wouldn't harm a fly, basically. Yeah, I think she'd be like one that you could actually trust in. There's a lot, you know. It seems like a lot of like the autistic people tend to be quite, you know, sort of, you know, like they're people that you could probably trust a bit more because generally they tend to not like to lie about things. There is some that are very devious though. I tend to find they can either be like really, really nice or some of them actually are like really devious. Depends on the other conditions and stuff that they have, and sometimes it can turn them into a very kind of like psychotic person because they don't know how to like handle things and they can just become really horrible people. But for the most part, I think autistic people can be quite genuine and not like, but they can get easily offended though as well, and they can make it seem like, you know, they're nasty or whatever. It's just like you just gotta know your, you know, like the triggers with autistic people because they can get offended at certain things, and you just gotta learn to know what you can and can't say. Yeah. So hopefully it starts to grow here, and we get, you know. But yeah, if you can share this out, then maybe we can, you know, keep building this up. But yeah, it's just, yeah, like I said, Rome wasn't built in a day. We just gotta be patient with it, and things will start to work out hopefully. Yeah. So actually, I have this thing going on my laptop right now. It's literally making me money as we speak. It's just literally a thing where I click links and I just let it run, and it's like onto like websites and stuff. I might actually start sharing it if people want to actually learn how to do it, because I can have it actually almost completely passive, and it's just it doesn't make you much money, but it adds up though. Like I get it sent to PayPal, so it's just like a you know, it's a kind of a little way to make a bit of money and make a few quid every month off it. So it's just something you can add on to your other incomes. So yeah. Richard, he didn't get his brains off me, that's for sure. Well, Jamie, what you on about? Are you on about like, is in like that your lack, you mean lack thereof? When it, hello, Hannah. Yeah, I was wondering where, yeah, you were. Yeah, how's it going, Hannah? Good to see you. Yeah, so, yeah, what have you been up to, Hannah? Yeah, you've been up to much lately. Hope everything's all right with you. But yeah, this is Hannah from TikTok. Remember, yeah, Hannah from, yeah, I think she just goes by the name Hannah on TikTok. Yeah. Sorry, just been a hectic weekend, kids. Fair enough. Yeah. Yeah, especially with this time of year, isn't it? With the, you know, Halloween and bonfire and all that. You know. Yeah, it's bonfire night tomorrow, isn't it? So yeah, have you got anything planned? Then are you doing any like fireworks or anything? I used to like the fireworks as a kid when you had the rockets and stuff. Used to like that sort of stuff, but yeah. Anyway, yeah. Hello to you, the glitch. Not seen you for a while. How have you been? You alright? Yeah. Been a while. Hopefully, we're starting to see people coming back that used to come to my lives. So yeah. Been busy all weekend with fireworks. Oh yeah. See, I had them at the weekend then. Yeah, because we used to have them on like bonfire night, like on November the 5th. Um, yeah. But yeah, cool. Thank you for the 7 likes, everybody. Like live if you haven't already. But yeah, I see that Hannah. Yeah, see, Ellen's another one that seems to be becoming more of a regular now as well. So that's cool. Yeah, it's got a few regulars in here now, so that's good that we're starting to slowly build up a base in here. So yeah, thank you for the 8 likes. Can we get to 10 likes real quick? That would be great. Now let's just do this again. Just like load this thing up and just literally just have to paste in like addresses and just click on websites, and then that's it. You just look for like so literally just doing it now. Just while we're doing this, I'm just have it. I don't know if this one's gonna. Sometimes I don't find them, and then I have to just kind of cancel it. But yeah, if you go through the first few pages and you don't find it, I might have to send you the link to it, because I can actually get a commission for like sending other people to it. So yeah, it's gonna be something for people to make a little bit of extra money. So I might start, sharing links to things like that if people want to learn to make a little bit of extra money, like passive, semi-passive sort of income. Really, people are looking for like ways to make extra money without much effort and time. So yeah, but yeah, how are we all doing tonight, people? Hope you're all well. Thank you for the 9 likes, everybody. Yeah. So but I'm trying to just stay positive, and it has been a bit difficult. See, with the TikTok getting banned, it can knock your confidence a little bit when you feel like you were doing kind of well, and then it's like boom, the TikTok dies, and it's like it kind of feels like you're back to square one again. But at least we've got this. At least I had a somewhat established viewer base on here. So you just gotta take the L in life. You just gotta be like, okay, shit happens, and just kind of just deal with it. It is what it is. There's nothing you can do. There's no point in just like going crazy or anything. My cat loves the fireworks. Start watching them through the window. Yeah, I remember like my grandma would stress out over like the cats and because she would worry about them being outside when the fireworks are on. She'd be stressing about getting the cat in when the fireworks are off. So yeah, she'd really like care a lot about her cat. In fact, she probably cared more about the cat than she did about humans. Well, actually, probably about the same, to be fair. But yeah, and she really did like kind of look out for like her cats. She was really kind of it was kind of like a motherly instinct, I suppose, isn't it? I think it's especially like a lot of women tend to be very kind of it's with that motherly instinct when it's like they treat a cat like they would their own child. It's mad. Going to have some dinner now. We'll be back later. Take care, everyone. Yeah, you have a nice dinner then, and see you soon. And so I found a really good born again stream on TikTok yesterday. The man and his testimony was amazing. Made me very emotional. Oh, really? Yeah, it's not really my thing. Like the whole kind of religious stuff, but each to their own. Like I'm not one to try and like argue with people and be like, you're wrong or anything like that, But anyway, yeah. So anyway, yeah. You take care, Abby. Hopefully, I don't know how long you're gonna be, but see you again soon. Yeah, is Hannah still there? Yeah, hopefully you're still there as well, and is Dale still there? Who's still here? Let me know. But yeah, let's get to 10 likes real quick, if you can. But yeah, it's just you just gotta keep faith in the process. Whatever you want to do, just we go around 10 likes now. Thank you very much. You just gotta whatever it is you want to do, just don't get disheartened because something you get a setback. I think I've just gotten to a point where it's like, what, these setbacks are not really kind of affecting me the same. But yeah, I think, how's it going, Mr. Seaside? Welcome in. You're not that Seaside Mark troll thing, is it? because I know that I kept getting seaside accounts, and they would say, seaside Mark, whatever, seaside fishy thoughts and all that. I remember there was these people, someone I think part of a troll community, and they were like terrorizing this guy with like fake accounts and stuff. And but yeah, hopefully you're not anything to do with that. So yeah. So what's your name, by the way? Anyway, it seems like you're genuine. It's just kind of a coincidence. I think your name would. It's just that there's someone on YouTube called Seaside Mark, and he's got this condition where he smells of fish. So yeah, it's a kind of a yeah. Sorry to hear that, Jamie. Okay, no worries. Anyway, wasn't me. Okay, yeah, that reminds me of that song. It wasn't me. Yeah, no, that was it. Shaggy. Yeah, Shaggy. Yeah, welcome in everybody. Hope you're all well tonight. Seems like a few have dropped off now. It's gone down to 5. Oh, Tony. Oh yeah, Tony. Cool. Yeah, nice to meet you, Tony. You've been here before, haven't you? Yeah, you was here the other day. Were you at the time when I had that Mick on the live? That was the panelist on, shall we say? Yeah. How did you come across this page then, Tony? Was it just on the feed then, or wasn't from TikTok, was it? Because I had some people that used to, watch me on TikTok, but I've been banned off there. I got to 38,000 followers on there. So it kind of just goes to show, like, just, it's like you could get to a certain level of popularity, and then boom, that all goes away, and most people are gonna forget about you. So unless you're at a point where you're like really that relevant to where, like, no matter what happens, you'll start up somewhere else, and then boom, you get all your followers back pretty quickly. But yeah, subscribe that evening as I enjoyed the live. Yeah, because we were talking about this. What was it? The methylene blue, and that was really something that I've been really fascinated with since then. I've been looking more into it and the health benefits, and I keep seeing more and more health benefits about it, like how it might help with things like such as hypoxia. It's like, for example, if you're at a high elevation, and it could, if you're going from a low elevation to a high elevation and very quickly, because as we're humans, we're good at adapting to things like different stresses, but when it happens too quickly, it's too much of a shock to the system, and it can like sort of struggle to deal with that stress, and then it can really have negative effects on your body. But they were saying with this methylene blue, it might actually mitigate some of that, so that's good to hear. And I bet it can even help to speed up like recovery from like long COVID and stuff like that, and or at least to help to mitigate some of the effects of that. And it's said to even have some performance benefits when it comes to exercise and maybe recovery from exercise, because it just helps to mop up the free radicals. So basically it's like an antioxidant. It's got antioxidant effects. It's got apparently antiviral, it's got antifungal, antibacterial, that sort of stuff. So really exciting stuff that I was looking into, but there is certain things you have to be careful of with it though. You have to be careful, make sure that it's not, one thing is to make sure that if you're taking certain medications, check to see if that it can actually interfere, and it can get some kind of, sort of bad effects from it that might make those medications not work or something like that, or may have some interactions that are really bad for you. Another thing to consider is where that it's being sourced from, because some of it is not like for human consumption. It's not grade for that. It's like got heavy metals contaminated in it and stuff, potentially. The ones that they use for dye, for example, like the dye blue jeans with that stuff. So yeah, it's quite interesting stuff. But yeah, it was the first I'd ever heard of it. So it's good when you get people like that on and they share something that's completely like groundbreaking. It's like, the thing is that they've used it for a long time with like things like dementia, but it's being repurposed recently as they're finding out more and more things that it can be used for, as they do more and more experiments. So with medical research and stuff, it's like but maybe who knows what the life expectancy could it continue to go up, because they talk about like a hard limit of about 122 or maybe 125, but can we actually potentially live longer than that? Could we potentially live to 150, 200, 300? Who knows? Like, what is the limit? I mean, if we keep finding new things like that can offset some of the aging, then who knows? But is there? Some people say that no matter what you do with us, that we will still age. I mean, I don't know. It's just that, I mean, you could say it's been a while since we had someone get to 122 years old, but it's been a while since someone broke that. But are we going to continue to see people breaking records? I mean, I don't know how long it took that person to get to that, to break that record. It might have, kind of took quite a few. Hello, Tomster. Good to see you again. How have you been? But yeah, it's just, I'm just like wondering if there's actually an actual hard limit on aging. Is that because some, you got the, longevity experts saying that they don't believe that there's such a thing. I don't wondering what you guys think. Maybe I'll make a post about something like that. Do they ever think that humans will live to like 150 plus? Because you're hearing all these people saying that they want to live to 130, 150, 200 or beyond. I mean, what is the actual limit? Is there a limit? Like, maybe the sky is the limit. If we keep on just, yeah, finding new, medical advancements, technological advancements, who knows? But, there's obviously some religious people that will say it's kind of bad because you're playing God and all that kind of stuff. Like things like blood transfusions, for example, that some people don't think that they're good, but I've actually heard that bloodletting might actually be good for you. I saw this thing on because when you let blood, it can actually release certain like toxins and like toxic amounts of certain things. Like for example, like if people have iron overload, then they'll do bloodletting to like release some of the excess iron from the blood. So it can actually be, yeah, I've heard can actually be rejuvenating and yeah. So yeah, I might have to just go to the toilet real quick actually, but yeah. Bear with me a second. I'll just turn it on mute a second. Yeah. All right. Bear with me a second. No, what do you mean by? I'm just going to the toilet. So, and I'll be back. All right. Bear with me. So yeah, sorry about that. So like, with like the longest ever living person, I mean, who's to say that they actually did everything that they could have to live that long? Now, some might say that certain people have certain genes that it helps them to like detox more efficiently, and even if they eat like not such a good diet, then they can get away with it because they have better. It's like, for example, there's some people that have this thing called FOXO3, I think it's called, and it's like some kind of gene that actually like a longevity gene, and certain people don't have, some people have it and then some people don't, but apparently exercise helps to turn that on. But some people can like have not such good life habits, but they have more like the longevity genes. So yeah, whereas some people, it's like, yeah, they could just literally like do one bad thing, like they could have, suboptimal diet, and then that's enough to make them get diabetes, for example. Whereas some people, they can do whatever they want to their body, and it doesn't really harm them that much. So everybody's different, but you got to look at like, your family's genetics and stuff like that, and see like what, for example, if you've got like a lot of heart disease in your family, you really need to be careful. You need to make sure that you're, try to avoid, processed foods as much as possible. Try to exercise regularly and things like that. So then you're not going to be so much at risk of that. So yeah, just maybe even get yourself like screened for certain things to see if there's any like signs of anything, like, because you might not notice things like, for example, some people might have heart disease. They might even be in like their 40s or something like that, or even, who knows, maybe even younger. They might be getting the first signs of it, and it's like they might not even really notice it. Hi, Benjamin, how you doing? The time is just gone 8 p.m. Sorry, yeah, just gone 8 p.m. right now, 8:04 p.m. What time is it for you right now? So yeah, basically what I'm saying is, yeah, like, certain people can get away with more, but I think everyone should be trying their best anyway. Just try to be as healthy as you can be. But yeah, I don't know if there's like necessarily a hard limit to age, but we'll have to see, with more advancements with longevity and all that, can people potentially live longer than even what the longest living person did? I think the longest living person, ended up dying of cancer or something. So, but maybe it would get to that point where whether it would actually be able to be prevented, or even when it happens, will they be able to actually treat it at some point? I think with like, from what I've heard, like they can start doing like earlier screenings now. They're like, and people might even be able to screen themselves eventually with technology. Like as technology gets better, where they might be able to like swallow something, and it kind of like it'll track and it'll sort of like not swallow it, but maybe like put something in your mouth to like kind of and it'll kind of detect things, and or maybe even just do like a sample of your blood or whatever, and it might be able to and then you put it into a machine, and it tells you if you've got cancer or something, and whatever disease is. Joe, do you think you'll start jogging more as part of your exercise routine? I do bits of stuff, yeah. I think that, I like to do star jumps and things like that. I like to just kind of do random bits of cardio. I'd kind of do a mixture of things, really. I try to kind of just, yeah, be spontaneous really with it, and I don't like to have like a boring kind of routine with things. I just do whatever I feel like, I think, like I was saying the other day, even things like sparring and stuff like that can be good, like things like shadow boxing or just boxing in general. I think things like that, sometimes I might just do a random few burpees or something like that, just something that's dynamic and affliction. What's this? Yeah, like me, 48 with angina, an old person addiction, my fault for indulgent lifestyle damage done, stay healthy whilst young, good advice. Yeah, because it's like these people like, oh well, I can just do whatever I want now, I'll fix it when I get older. But that's really not a good idea, is it? Because the thing is, once you've accumulated that much the stress on your body, you can't undo it. Like your heart is going to take a toll. It's going to be impaired. Like you're more likely to then get heart failure because of how strained it is. And that's one of the reasons that people end up dying, because of all the strain. There's going to be a lot of oxidation on the heart. So, I mean, yeah, antioxidants might be able to mitigate it to a degree, but yeah, you just want to generally have a good lifestyle. Make sure you're exercising regularly. Try to keep your body fat levels down to like a healthy level, and yeah, but you've got to maybe see this as an opportunity to actually get healthy though, because this kind of scare that you've had, it's like, yeah, but maybe I don't wonder if like this methylene, the blue thing might actually be good for you. I don't know, and see if you find you get more energy with it. Because you were saying about your oxygen levels and stuff, and you were struggling to breathe when you're walking and stuff. So maybe it might help you to be able to improve your work capacity and stuff like that, being able to work at a higher intensity for longer, perhaps, without getting burned out and filling that lactic acid and all that, because you have so little oxygen. Because it's said that this methylene blue might actually help it, to like with the electron transport chain, and that to keep producing energy even in the absence of oxygen. So that's what it's said to possibly be able to do. And I was looking into it as a potential mitigating fibromyalgia as well. So there might be different things you might find benefits. It might just be from this one drug that it might actually do that. Who knows? But I'm not making any claims here, but it might be something worth trying just to see how you find it for your general health. If you might suddenly start to feel like alive again. If you ever find any brain fog, it might help with that, because Mick said that it helped with his brain fog. So that's why I want to suggest that to people, because his testimony on that, and I don't see why he would be lying. He's not trying to like sell it or anything. He's just saying he's taking it. That's what is doing it for him, and I don't think it would be a placebo effect. He said it's completely gone, pretty much, or at least significantly reduced. So yeah, like, of course, you've got to be careful, like we said, with certain medications. So maybe look into what medications you're taking first, and whether that medication might be not okay with it. And maybe in some cases, maybe certain medications might even be able to be cancelled with, who knows, like whether it might even be able to work better than certain medications with less side effects. Who knows? But because they keep finding new things about it, like the benefits of it. But yeah, I'd have to look into it. I've heard like pregnant women should not be taking it as well. But yeah. Anyway, yeah, welcome in. Where's everybody gone? Everyone seems to have gone now. I might have to restart the live soon. Yeah, everyone seems to have just buggered off. Oh well. Thing is, I tend to not like, if you're still there, Dale, I don't tend to do jogging as such. Like most of the time I would like try to run at a more kind of higher intensity, because I tend to find it hard to kind of go slow when I'm doing it, because I just feel like I'm kind of being lazy. If I'm going to go for a run, I'm going to go for a freaking run. I'm not going to just like pussyfoot around and jog at like 5 miles per hour or something. I just don't really see the point. I'm just like, if I'm going to go for a run, I want to go, take it kind of seriously. Yeah. Because I think when I was in this group of people, right, and they kind of go around maybe 6 miles an hour, maybe at the most, and I'm like, it just feels a bit slow for me now with what I can do. They're not even going that far, and it's like, they're kind of a bit slow for me, so I don't even like really bother with that group anymore. But yeah, it's more just for kind of fun and all that. But I used to go to this, like, it was like to do a bit of good for the community, and maybe I'll start going again. But I've just been focusing on other things at the moment, and yeah, like I said, I'm focused on maybe buying a lodge soon or a static caravan. So yeah, perhaps a mixture of jogging slash sprinting. Yeah, I think that can work. I've done that before, sort of thing, but because I think that's good for like your VO2 max and all that, and I think it's and even things like like what is it like circuit training can be good as well, like where you do say like one exercise and then you do another exercise, and it's without really resting too much, so then you're kind of keeping your heart rate elevated, and so you could say like do some push-ups and then have a little bit of a rest, maybe 30 seconds, and then do another exercise. Let's say you do some squats, and then do another exercise. Let's say you do some inverted rows with like supinated grips. So you're working your biceps, and then you might do some something else as well. So you could train like most of your body doing just those few maybe a couple more as well. Like maybe do some ab work out as well. Like you could do some leg raises and some crunches, and you could do like you just go around in a circuit. Maybe do a few exercises, then go back to the beginning and start again once you've recovered, and then maybe do a few other exercises in a circuit. So that way you can it's a way of doing your training quite quickly, and it's a way to kind of make it kind of like cardio in a sense, because you're keeping your heart rate elevated, and it's going to probably encourage you to get a bit more of a sweat on, because you're not allowing yourself to cool down too long between each session. So yeah, so that's a tip for if you can kind of like turn it into like a bit of a cardio session, you'll probably be burning a little bit more calories because you're encouraging sweat, so that's gonna be putting a little bit more taxing on the body. So you could turn like for example, you could do things like more explosive, like you could do a few sprints as well. That can be good as well. You could I think sprints are good for like you're going to build the fast twitch muscle fibers with that, and it's good to build some slow twitch muscle fibers as well, but kind of just try to be well-rounded. You could even add in a bit of, like I said, do some shadow boxing, and you could even, you just kind of mix things in and that are, fast twitch and slow twitch, so then you're not kind of too specific, because the problem is that when people get too specific, where they're really good in one way, but then they're not good in another way. It's like for example, the people that just do sprinting, and then they have terrible endurance. Whereas the people who only do endurance, they might be rubbish when it comes to like, explosiveness. So I think training for both would be probably a good idea to be well-rounded. You might say there's like a bit of an interference effect going on. Like for example, people who train for strength versus train for endurance, there's a bit of, interference. But I've heard actually that training for like endurance might actually help with work capacity, it helps work capacity, and that might in turn actually help you to get a higher volume of training when you're doing your workouts. So where it just feels like because you're so used to doing, let's say you do a half an hour run, 45-minute run, something like that, that would be like it, because you're used to doing that. Then if you're doing say like a lot of like kind of volume in your bodybuilding or whatever, then it might help you to be able to keep pushing more and more volume, because and it might even help you to be able to like possibly reduce your resting times as well, so you can recover better between each set, because you're training for like endurance, and so you might be able to just keep going and going, like, and you're not having to like take too big of a rest. Like I said, you don't need to take that much of a rest, because you can just switch to another exercise while you're recovering one of the muscles, but it just might make things more efficient, and but it just makes you more functional, more, if you have a good work capacity, if you can get good like strength endurance, then you're kind of getting the best of both, where you're getting a good amount of strength, but you're also getting like a good amount of cardio as well, because you're like with these people who are on the go all day, like for example, people moving furniture around. You see these people like, where they'll be carrying like a fridge up a flight of stairs, for example, or carrying pianos and stuff like that. Really that heavy things that it takes a few people to carry it, but it requires it requires strength endurance, the ability to a lot of grip strength. It requires a lot of upper body strength, really. So, but I do recommend having good lower body strength as well. But you don't want to have chicken legs and all that. And lower body strength is going to help with sprinting as well. And I think it's good to just be well rounded, and have good explosiveness whilst also having good strength and also having good endurance. You also want to have a decent level of flexibility as well and balance. So that's the thing with CrossFit, is that they try to tick all boxes, really. Anyway, I think the chat seems to slow. I don't know if I'll just check the watch page, see if there's any more comments coming through now, but yeah. Yeah, who's here? Let's have a look. I might have to restart the live soon, I don't know yet, but maybe I can, restart. Yeah, let's have a look. I might have to start a new one. Yeah. I don't know, it doesn't seem like there's anyone else coming in now, so I thought that some of them might have, stuck around more, but I don't know. A lot of people seem, I guess some people are kind of busy and stuff, so, oh well. Yeah, I think I'm gonna start up a new one, so we'll be back as soon as I can, alright? Alright, I'll see you in a sec, people.